Today we're talking about the very important topic of sleep.
As the days start to get shorter and we fall back into the long, dark nights where we can restore our energy through deep sleep, we want to shift our daily routine to mimic the same pattern as the sun, allowing ourselves to wind down a little bit earlier and get more rest.
Sleep is non-negotiable. This is the time for the body to rest, repair, and heal itself. This is the only true way for us to restore our energy. It does not come from stimulated drinks and sugary, caffeinated beverages that you might be having during the day. So don't go down that road. This is really where it comes from. Also, this is the time when the glymphatic system is at work, and the glymphatic system is in the brain, and this is when the brain is able to clear and detoxify any toxins and debris that have built up throughout the day. This also only happens when you're in that deep REM sleep. So this is essential to wake clear-minded, have a sharp memory, and prevent things like dementia and Alzheimer's from developing in the future.
Our body works in a circadian rhythm, which mimics that day-night cycle. And it's vital to get early morning sunlight to our eyes and to our skin. This is going to stimulate the pineal gland, which is going to help begin our daily rhythm of hormone production. Hormones like serotonin, melatonin, and tryptophan, which all help to regulate and control our sleep patterns.
So in the evening, we want to shift into this nighttime routine. The sun doesn't go from high in the sky to pitch black darkness right away. There's this gradual setting and slowing that we need to mimic as well. So put down that glass of wine because here's some real tips for sleep-inducing routine.
So as the evening sets in, when you come home from your day, keep the lights dim. Let it mimic that setting sun and start dimming everything down. We also want to turn off our electronics, including our phones, at least 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. The electronics emit a blue light, which will stimulate our pineal gland, telling us to start our day, which we do not want to do late at night. So instead, turn to calming and soothing activities. Things like take a bath with essential oils or Epsom salt. You can also read a book, the real kind, not the electronic kind. Or you can make a nice cup of herbal tea and settle down with that. Megan makes this beautiful sleepy time tea. You also want to pick a constant and regular bedtime, preferably before 10 p.m. or 10 p.m. the latest. We want to establish this routine and create that. And when it comes to eating dinner, eat as early as possible, preferably 2 to 3 hours before bedtime.
And there are some great foods that can help with sleep. Things like oats, grains, dairy, nuts and seeds, fatty fish, poultry, these dark vegetables that are full of all the magnesium and calcium. So these can really help, but food doesn't do everything when it comes to sleep. We actually need to have this element of emptiness so that our body isn't busy and stimulated digesting food, which is actually going to keep us awake. So if you've ever heard of intermittent fasting, this is kind of where that comes in, but this is more of the traditional way of doing it. You just stop eating dinner at an early time so that your stomach can be empty and you're not digesting, and you're fasting throughout the night so that your body can help heal itself. Then in the morning, you can break fast when you're ready to eat. So today we made this sleep-inducing sleepy casserole with some of these amazing sleepy foods like brown rice, cauliflower, broccoli, and even some cheese, which is going to give you that warm, cuddle up in a ball, just get nice and sleepy and ready to go to sleep type of feeling.
So head on over to simply-seasonal.com, sign up for emails, get this sleepy time casserole recipe, and so much more.
Well, that sounds simple enough.
Because it's simply seasonal. Today we're making golden milk, which is a traditional Ayurvedic drink which helps with sleep. So you might want to have it at nighttime. It's creamy and warm and full of all these spices that are anti-inflammatory. So we're going to combine the spices into the pot. So we'll do some cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, And then a little lighter on the nutmeg because it's more intense. And same with clove. And then a little black pepper. Before I pour all the milk in, I'm just gonna pour a little bit in and make a slurry. And then combine the rest of the milk. We're gonna heat it up for about 5 minutes until it gets warm and the spices are incorporated. And we'll add in a little bit of honey, which is actually known to help melatonin uptake in the brain. If you don't prefer dairy, you can also use any other kind of nut milk or rice milk or oat milk or anything else that you enjoy. Oh, it's really good.